Hey athletes, welcome to another video of Calisters Academy. In this video, I will talk about 3 steps you should take in order to learn any calisthenics skill faster. These 3 steps are the most important things I've learned about skill training over the past years, and it saved me a lot of time. And I'm pretty sure these steps will also help you to step up your skill training game. So, without further ado, let's get right into the video. In calisthenics, there are hundreds of skills that you can learn. Some of them need a lot of practice, like the planche, and some of them can be learned with a little bit of practice, like the pullover. If you don't follow a proper plan and train these skills endlessly, even the easiest skills might take forever to learn. But if you follow these 3 steps correctly, you will be able to speed up the learning process and move on to the next skill soon. So, the first step you have to take in order to learn a skill is this: working on one skill at a time. Move on to the next skill after you learn the first one. Don't try to learn all the skills at once. I've seen a lot of people make this mistake all the time. They start training a lot of skills at once, hoping they will learn them in a short period of time, but it won't even help them to learn a single skill. Let's take this bowl of dollar notes for example. Let's say there are $1 bills, $2 bills and $5 bills in it, and you have to count the total amount in the bowl. If you take each one of those notes and organise them into 3 different stacks and count those 3 stacks individually, it's going to be much easier and organised for you to count the total amount, rather than counting them one by one. And if you make a mistake in the counting process, you can easily start counting it again because the notes are organised. So it is easier to count and saves you some time. But if you miscount them when you haven't organised them in different stacks, you're going to have to start counting from the very beginning again. And the same goes for calisthenics. When choosing that one exercise that you should work on, you should always go with the one that fits your current level. If you're an absolute beginner, then the only thing you should work on is mastering the basics. Then, once you get to a good level, you can start training for easy skills like handstands or muscle ups. If you're on an intermediate level, then you can train for front lever, back lever, or any other medium level skills. And if you're a pro athlete, then you can work on advanced level skills like the planche. And if you want to train many skills at once so badly, then I would recommend training 2 easy skills at once that engage the same muscle group. For example, handstand needs a lot of shoulder strength, and muscle ups need good pulling strength, as well as good pushing strength. And a lot of calisthenics exercises engage multiple muscle groups at the same time. I talked about that in my first video. So, if you're training for handstand or muscle ups, you're going to have to do a lot of pushing exercises. Since almost every pushing exercise engages shoulders, chest and triceps, training pushing exercises will help you to learn both of those skills. But still, it is not going to be 100% effective as training one skill at once. If you train 2 skills that activate no common muscle group at all, it might take you a long time to learn both of them. Because if you want to do that, you're going to have to do a lot of different exercises. And when you do a lot of exercises in a single workout, you'll be tired halfway through, and the rest of the workout will be very ineffective due to that. To train skills, you need to have a lot of energy in yourself. That is why resting is important in skill training. So, when you're tired, you can't give 100% to the workout, so it will be a waste of time to do a lot of exercises in a single workout. When training skills, smart work is more important and effective than hard work. If you're willing to train more than 2 skills at once, please don't even think about it. So anyway, you must choose only 1 or 2 skills that fit your current level. Now, let's move on to step number 2, which is doing proper research before you start training. It means when you choose 1 or 2 specific skills to train, then you should do some research and find out which muscle groups need to be trained and which exercises will help you to strengthen those muscle groups to learn that skill. So you can get a good idea about the range of exercises you can do and make a plan with them. When I started training the front lever, I watched some YouTube videos about it, and I didn't have a lot of experience or knowledge about skill training back then. So after seeing the exercises in those videos, I came to the conclusion that the most important part of the front lever is training your abs or having a great core strength. So without doing any other proper research about it, I started training my abs harder and more often than I did before. I was able to see a significant increase in my core strength after a few weeks. But when I tried the front lever again, I was hardly able to hold even a tucked front lever. And I also noticed something very important at the same time. I could feel a huge sore in my shoulders and my back whenever I was trying the front lever or the tucked front lever. And then I thought to myself, maybe I should try training my shoulders and back more often. So after that, I did some research about it and watched many explaining videos and found out that shoulder and back strength makes a huge impact on the front lever. So I started training my abs, shoulders and butt muscles frequently according to a plan that I made myself. After training hard for several weeks, I was finally able to hold a full front lever with the right form. If I had done proper research and realised that I should also train my shoulders and back in order to learn the front lever back then, I could have learned the front lever way earlier than it took me to learn it. It would have saved me a lot of time. After that, I never trained any skill without doing research about it, and it saved me so much time and helped me to speed up my learning process. Also, to make your training sessions 100% efficient, you must perform every exercise in full range of motion. Don't do half of the rep thinking it will work out. Don't ever do that. If you can't perform an exercise in full range of motion, then try doing an easier one instead of doing half the rep. So, I hope you understand why doing proper research before training a skill is very important. From my experience, I can say it definitely speeds up your training process. If you're wondering where you can find information about the skills you want to learn, there are many options on the internet. You can find them on YouTube, or you can check out some great websites like calisthenicsskills.com and bodyweightttrainingarena.com. I will leave some links for websites like that in the description. Now, we know what skill we want to learn, which muscle groups we need to train, and what exercises we need to do to learn that skill. So, let's move on to the third step. The third step is filming yourself while training. After completing step 1 and 2, we are now able to make a good plan to train the skill. But no matter how good the plan is and how hard we train, if the form of our exercise is really bad, then those workouts would just be a waste of time. It could even cause injuries. When I started training skills, I really thought I had the perfect form in every exercise that I did. But one day, I came across this method of filming myself while training. And that is when I found out that I have been doing a lot of exercises in the wrong way. Because I couldn't see myself performing those exercises, I really thought that I had a good form until I started filming myself. So even you might be doing a lot of exercises in the wrong way, without even knowing it. Like I said, no matter how many times you do these exercises, if you do them in the wrong way, or with the wrong form, it is really ineffective and useless. That is why step 3 is very important. When you film yourself performing those exercises, you can compare those footages with the videos of pro athletes that are doing the same exercise. You will be able to find a lot of those correct form videos on YouTube. So when you compare your videos and advanced athletes' videos, you will be able to find the mistakes in your form, if there are any. So you can check what is wrong with your form and fix it the next time when you perform it. It will make your workouts much more effective. So that is pretty much what step 3 is about. There is another important thing that you must do to learn a skill. It is consistency. I've seen a lot of people who train a hard skill for a couple of weeks and then give up saying it is not working for them. It is like baking a cake for 30 seconds and saying the oven is not working. They don't understand that the problem is not with the oven, it's with the time they spent on baking the cake. Same situation for training a skill. If you want to see full results, you must train consistently. So, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope this video helped you, and if it did, then make sure to give a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And if you want to see some more informative videos like this in the future, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss out on any of our new videos. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.